If you are exhausted from walking on eggshells around your baby's nursery every single night, let's talk about the 3 bedtime habits that ruin the crib transfer. As a pediatric sleep consultant and mom of 2, I know that gut-wrenching feeling when you lower your baby so slowly, only for their eyes to pop open the moment they hit the mattress. In this video, I'm breaking down 3 sneaky habits that keep you stuck in bedtime battles, why popular advice like drowsy but awake might be failing you, and what actually works to get your evenings back. And stick around because in a few minutes, I'm also going to talk about why the most famous piece of sleep advice on the internet almost never works in real life, and the simple mindset shift you need to replace it. Let's start with the most common habit that almost every tired parent falls into: holding your baby until they are completely 100% asleep before trying to transfer them. This might be things like holding them, you could be rocking them, or you could be feeding them to sleep, waiting somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes before you then try to transfer them into crib or bassinet. In this effort, you try to rely on deep sleep to help sneak them in to the crib without them noticing their change in environment. And while this can work just fine, you're playing an unpredictable game of guessing when they'll wake up again and need you to fall back asleep. Our sleep cycles cause babies to cycle between deep and light sleep every about 45 to 90 minutes, and every human, babies included, naturally wake up as they cycle from deep sleep to light sleep. A lot of the times, most of us know how to fall asleep just fine, and so we can get back to sleep no problem and usually don't even remember these micro wakings. But babies, on the other hand, who don't know how to fall asleep on their own, then need your intervention every single time they wake up. On top of that unpredictability, have you ever had a moment where you're holding them about 20 minutes, you go to put them down, and all of a sudden they stir and wake up? Now what do? Do you wait a whole nother 20 minutes? Do you try to give it just a few minutes? Have you ever found yourself guessing what the heck you do and how in the world are you going to get them to their crib? Only to find out that 40 minutes has gone by and you still haven't gotten them down. That's why ultimately moving away from the sneaky transfer is really your first step towards getting predictable evenings and uninterrupted sleep. And in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to share the exact timing tweak that makes your baby naturally accept the crib without screaming. But before we move on, if you're not sure whether it's just bad timing that makes the crib transfer impossible, grab my free sleep chart linked in the description below. It breaks down exact age-based sleep needs and naps so bedtimes don't have to be a battle. Habit number 2 comes down to timing, putting your baby in the crib when they're either not tired enough or way overtired. When a baby is not tired enough, they don't have enough what we call sleep pressure, or basically just their biological drive to sleep. With this, you ultimately miss your baby's biological sleep window by either putting them down too early or pushing them past their sleep limits, and expecting a baby to transfer smoothly when their body either lacks sleep pressure or is surging with stress hormones from being way overtired isn't going to work. If your baby hasn't built up enough sleep drive or sleep pressure, then the crib transfer acts like a wake-up call and leaving them energetic and ready to play. On the other hand, pushing them past their limits causes a spike in cortisol and adrenaline. Cortisol is otherwise known as the stress hormone. This makes them cranky, and not only that, it makes it really hard for them to be able to fall asleep. Getting your timing down right ensures that your baby's natural biological rhythm does most of the heavy lifting and makes bedtime smooth and peaceful. I'd love to hear from you. Does your baby usually wake up the second they're put down, or does it usually take them 20 minutes or more? Comment below. Let's troubleshoot this together. Habit number 3 is failing to cue your baby's body through a consistent, calm bedtime routine. Rushing from a high-energy living room, dinner, or play directly into the crib without a transition period. Expecting your baby's nervous system to shut down instantly without sensory signals to tell them that sleep is coming. A short 15 to 20 minute predictable sequence, something like dimming the light, white noise, swaddle, sleep sack, gentle song, all of these things lower the heart rate and prepares their body for rest. Consistent cues also signal their body to release sleepy hormones before you ever attempt to place them in the crib. You turn bedtime into a predictable transition rather than a sudden, shocking interruption to their day. Establishing simple daily cues is one of the easiest, fastest changes that you can make to get your baby crib ready. My free sleep chart lays out optimal wake and nap timing by age so you can easily lock this in. Click the link in the description below to download yours. Now let's address the giant piece of advice that almost every parenting book preaches. Put them down drowsy but awake. As I promised earlier, here is the honest truth about drowsy but awake. While the concept is everywhere, it almost never works past the newborn stage. Attempting to catch this tiny mythical 5-second window when your baby is half asleep usually just leads to panic the second they're put down. Drowsiness is really just the first stage of sleep. Placing a baby down mid-transition startles their nervous system. Personally, as a pediatric sleep consultant and mom of 2, I've never gotten drowsy but awake to work, not with my own kids, not with my clients. Giving up this frustrating piece of advice releases the guilt of feeling like you're doing something wrong. Stop trying to catch the elusive drowsy window and put more energy and focus into building genuine long-term sleep skills. So if quick tricks, ninja transfers, and drowsy but awake don't solve crib transfer battles, then what actually works? The best thing that you can possibly do is to teach your baby how to fall asleep independently from fully awake. Shifting from doing all of the sleep work for them and giving them the space and the tools to put themselves to sleep. When your baby goes into the crib calm and fully aware of their surroundings, there's no surprise because they know exactly where they are. When they stir between sleep cycles, they recognize their safe crib environment and put themselves back to sleep without needing your intervention. Now here's the hard part for most parents. Teaching independent sleep isn't about pulling comfort away. It's about empowering your child with a life skill that makes bedtime easy forever. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building solid sleep foundations for your little one, download my free sleep chart linked below this video. Stop stressing over the perfect ninja transfer. You don't need magic tricks. You just need a clear, consistent system. Take a deep breath, pick one foundational habit to build on tonight, and watch how much easier bedtime becomes. You've got this, and restful nights are closer than you think. Now that you know the 3 bedtime habits that ruin the crib transfer, you might be wanting to learn the room setup that enables all-night sleep. But how do you do that? It all starts by watching this video next. Because when you pair what you've just learned with what's in this video, it's way more powerful.